Hey guys and girls, and welcome. Hopefully I'm in the picture. Today I'm going to be repairing this hole in my wall. This was a shark bite fitting that I bought, and you can see it's recessed too far in there, so I don't know how this is going to work. I may just end up putting this box right here and sticking it in the sheetrock. But I bought a new refrigerator and my valve was leaking, so I put a shark bite fitting on there. Now, if you're going to do this and you're here to learn or whatever, I personally loved this shark bite fitting. All it does is clamp right on the end of it. I mean, you get your pipe down to a pipe and you just stick it on there and it grabs it and seals. Now, I'm not a professional plumber, so I don't know anything about them. Everybody seems to like them. There is people that don't, but I don't plan on taking that off of there anytime soon. It should be good for at least the next 20 years or more, I would assume. So I don't care about taking it off or whatever. It can be removed. But anyways, I bought the shark bite fitting, which comes with the box and this frame, and like I was saying, it's recessed too far in the wall, so the frame isn't wanting to line up with the sheetrock. But because my valve was leaking and when I did the plumbing work and stuff, the sheetrock got wet around the wall. You can see where it all came apart down there. I'll get a close-up of it in a minute. So I'm just basically today, I'm going to trim this into a square and come in and try to repair that. I'm going to cut some new sheetrock pieces and just screw them in and try to box this thing back in and get it looking better, because it's going to need to be done eventually. So here we go. Again, I'm not a professional carpenter or a professional plumber, but you can watch my repair and see how it goes. It's going to be probably a 2-day process because I'm going to have to paint it. So here's just a close-up of what's going on. All this is going to have to be cut out across here. And there's already some mud on that and some tape. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to come in and fill in these gaps and get this frame back on here reasonably to make it look nice again. So that's basically all that's going on. But like I said, it's not sitting correctly. You can see how these things aren't lined up. I mean, they're back into here a ½ inch or so, and I'm not going to try to bend this pipe. I'm just going to try to get this to look somewhat decent. Even if I have to glue this or screw this into the wall and the sheetrock and just glue it over top right here, I'll do that. So anyways, we'll figure it out. I'm just going to try to make this look better. So here we go. I think you get the gist of what's going on. I'm doing some sheetrock work today. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is try to move this box up a little bit, because I mean, you can put this thing in and that's all the room I need to cover the top of that. So I'm going to try to just see if I can bump this thing up a little bit. And I'm sorry if you have a bad camera angle. I'm not going to unplug my fridge today. Let's see if this will move a little without breaking the plumbing. There. See how that does. Okay, so this, I guess I'll talk to y'all while I'm doing this. This was done in a hurry. The day the fridge got delivered, we had to be somewhere that day. And they were like 3 hours late getting the refrigerator here. And I had a leak in the ice maker box and everything going. So I literally I cut this thing out of the wall with a Sawzall, and I had water all over the sheetrock and everything. And then we left. The refrigerator, let's see if that works. So, And is that even worth worrying about? And I'm sorry the lighting is bad back here. I'm not gonna move all that refrigerator and everything. Oh man, that is right on. I think I'm gonna live with that. Okay. I need a couple screws. I'm gonna secure that thing. So as I was saying, we just slapped this thing in here that day and left, and it's behind the refrigerator. Nobody's ever really gonna see it, but I mean, it should be done. You all know, if you ever sell your house or anything, it's gotta be done. All right, let's see if I can get a screw through this thing. Now, what does that do? That's not good. Darn it. That thing really needs to go up. I mean, I would not... I don't want to have to cut another piece here if I don't have to, and I just went a tad too high right there, man. I don't know if I can go much higher. Let's try it again. All right, here we go. Let's get it up there as high as we can. Keep going. Well, I don't want to break this thing. This isn't easy to do. See, this is what ends up taking forever. I'm like, oh, I could do this real quick. Whenever you get into projects, there's always something that ends up taking forever. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Now if I can bring this up some. Oh joy. It's just not gonna go. If I got that thing straight, it would. Gosh darn it, that's putting a lot of pressure on this pipe too, and I don't really like doing that. That thing could come up a little bit more. I mean, it needs to sit right there. Okay, while I'm messing with this, I just want to mention these ice maker fittings are kind of a pain in the butt. They don't sell just the valve. You have to plumb this whole box into the wall with the valve and that bib and the frame and everything all one piece. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I tried to buy just the valve, and I actually tried to take the shark bite fitting apart and just use the valve off of it, but it wouldn't fit my other valve, and it caused a big leak and everything, so I had to put it back together. Just kind of a pain in the butt, letting you know. Yeah, this isn't really the best idea. I'm putting a lot of pressure on all these parts. And that might just have to get it here. It needs to be over a little. I'm having to really put a lot of pressure and hold that box and push it into place, and then get a screw on the end of my screwdriver and shoot it through the holes. And the left side of that box is not centered over the studs, so I'm having to put it on an angle and screw it in on an angle. That's why it's taken a while, and I'm making some funny noises because I'm having to put a lot of pressure on that thing. I'll also mention real quick that when I took this thing apart, it was leaking into the wall, and they also had it framed in with additional 2x4s inside the wall. So I just had to take a sawzall and cut it all out of the wall. Okay, well, I'm off by that much. I may not even worry about that. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could do that and put some screws in the wall and just screw that thing in. All right, I'm gonna go with that. I don't even know if I can get another screw in this thing. It has 3 screws and it's just off center. I'm gonna leave it alone. Say what you will, it's in there. Okay, so next I'm gonna trim this thing. I'm gonna try to trim this thing into a square. I should get my utility knife. All right, I got my utility knife. This is actually gonna be a pain in the butt to try to cut sheetrock to fit in here. Maybe I'll get it done easy, I don't know. So this has to come all the way down. Oh man. Oh, what fun. Oh, joy. Okay. Okay. Now, excuse me. Okay, I have this thing cleaned up now, pretty good, to where I have some straight edges on it, fairly straight. And I'll just put mud over that, I guess. I'll put mud on it and paint it. No big deal. So I'm just gonna try to cut some little slats that I can screw in right here and across the bottom. And that's gonna be the next hardest part. Once I have them cut, it's just a matter of screwing them in and putting mud on them. So I'm gonna go do that now. I'm gonna measure this stuff and cut some pieces to try to fit in there. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, and again, I'm not a professional, but because you need to have the studs to screw into, if I do the 2 vertical sides first, I won't have anything to screw this bottom piece in that has to run across here. So what I'm gonna do is do the bottom piece first and screw that in here and here. And then I'll come back in and make 2 little strips right here and screw those in going vertical. Know what I'm saying? So let's get a measurement on that. It doesn't even have to be exact because I'm gonna come in and mud this anyways. But I'm thinking if I make that, 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to come up pretty good. We'll bring it up pretty good. 8.5 by 3.5. 8.5 by 3.5. So let's go cut that piece first and get it 8.5 by 3.5. All right, so now we're down here in my basement, and this is my extra sheetrock. I literally just stuck these spare pieces on the wall. I had spare parts, and I just stuck them on this unfinished wall. I'm gonna take a piece out of this section right here and fix my refrigerator. So 8.5 by 3.5. We're looking at right here. 8.5. Excuse me. 3.5. 3. Wait a minute. Oops. 3.5. Whatever. In my opinion, this just doesn't even have to be perfect. It's gonna be covered up by it's gonna be covered up anyways. So get a rough idea here. There's your 8.5. Okay, let's go see how we did. I'm just going to clean up my area a little bit here so I'm not making not hanging out in this big mess. Get this stuff out of here. Okay, let's find out how close my measurements were here. We got a rough side, and that's the factory side, or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, there we go. I am nearly a professional at this. Except for the fact that I don't know if that sheetrock is the same size. God dang it. Okay, I think the sheetrock is slightly wider. So I need to shim that or something. Or just cover it with mud. Alright, I gotta find something to bring that out a little bit because this sheetrock is a 1/4 of an inch different. Okay guys, this is really low budget, but I took a Christmas card here and I just cut a piece off of it for a shim, and I'm going to try to just give it a little space here and bring it out. This does not have to be perfect there. That'll work. All right, I'm going to put a piece of a Christmas card behind these pieces of sheetrock. It's not the right size. So well, things are a little screwy. Pretty good. Oh yeah. Joy to the world. All right, we got to bring this other side out a little bit here and we'll be good to go. I need to find something else to shim this with. All right, so now I got some cardboard. See if I can make a shim out of that. Leave it to me to have the wrong size sheetrock. I'm gonna go with that. Put a screw in it. That really needs to come out a little bit more. All right, let's double it up. Oh God. Went the wrong way. Okay. Professional. Let's just double that up. Oh gosh. Okay. Sink a screw in that puppy. There we go. That'll work. It's a little bit off, but who's counting? This will be behind the refrigerator. 5 inches by 1.5 inches. We got 5 inches. Oh, that's great. Whatever. 5 inches. And you need 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Here we go. Okay, 5 inches by 1.5 inches. It's a nice cut here. I'm gonna put a little backing in this. Okay, there's that. One day, possibly years down the road, decades down the road, somebody might take this apart and say, oh, there's somebody's Christmas card is in here. That's the straighter side. Boom, right there. One. All right. I don't know, should I cut another piece for over here? It's not even gonna be visible. I mean, it's gonna sit in there like that. It's gonna sit right there, it's gonna cover that. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm not messing with that. Nobody will ever know. Okay, YouTube, so I got some spackle mixed up here. I think it's probably too watery, but I'm just gonna go with it. This is not my area of expertise, so say what you will. I have no idea what I'm doing with, I mean, I've patched holes and stuff before. This spackle is too runny. It really is an art spreading this stuff. Props to the guys that do drywall, and they get good at this stuff. But it's not, you don't apply, you don't just take this stuff and apply it. You don't do it hard. There's a certain touch to it to get it to smooth out. If you just smash it down and scrape it, it all scrapes right off. So you have to have a feather edge touch, and I don't have it. So, and I also have no idea how to use tape. I have this fiberglass tape. I know some people will disagree that you shouldn't be using fiberglass tape on this type of joint. I don't care. I really don't care about this repair at all. I'm not even gonna mess with this other side over here because it's gonna be covered and you would never know it's there unless you took the cover off. So, I know I should be using paper tape, but I have this fiberglass tape. I can't even find the end of it. I have this fiberglass tape. So this is what I'm going with. There it is. I have no idea how to use this stuff. I think you're supposed to put a coat on first and then put the tape on. So I'm gonna try that. Let's put a little bit of juice on here. So, this isn't good. It's looking a little messy right now, but just wait till tomorrow when I get some paint on this thing. So what I was gonna do with this is just kind of build that up. I'm gonna try to build that up and get a little bit of a hangover on that, right like that. That's all I need on this. I can do that and then paint it. I just had it where I needed it to be, and I should have just left that alone. That's the thing with this spackling. If you keep messing with it, you ruin it. I had it perfect. Oh man. That's all you have to do. There. All right, I gotta get this tape on here. I can mess with this at the end. Okay, so put a little more in this area. I'm pretty sure you put a layer of spackle down and then you put the tape down. But hell, I'm no expert. So so there's that. All right, there's your tape. And that stuff moves around. Try to stick it in there. I again want to mention that I am not a professional at this. The pros that do drywall could mud this whole box in like 8 swipes. I think you would swipe up and then swipe in to the left or right. There's 4 sides, so you would make 2 swipes on each side. They could literally do this box in like 30 seconds or a minute. It takes me 37 minutes to mud this box, and it's still not perfect. But this is just what it's like being an amateur, I guess. I don't even want to use tape. The texture is showing. Well, here's the finished product from spackling. Go ahead and laugh, 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 but I don't really care. I'm not good at this stuff. It's really hard, and I didn't pull this line out, so I had to work around it, and it makes it hard to get a nice clean scrape. But by the time you sand this down and paint it and then put this frame back around here, it'll be good enough, because it's going to be behind the refrigerator. I don't really care. I just want it to look better. I'm the one that broke it, so I'm trying to fix it back up a little bit here. But this is a 2-day project. Just wait till tomorrow. All I'm going to do is hit it with a sander real quick and paint it, and I guarantee you it's going to look pretty darn good. Here we are on day 2, and this stuff is all dried and hardened. I think I can work with it. Whatever, it's gonna be behind the refrigerator. So I'm gonna give this a quick sand and a coat of paint. I'll probably draw like a tape line across here and just paint that whole square. But I did it in my closet right on the other side of this wall. Actually, when I was using the Sawzall, it was poking through this wall and the wall behind it is my pantry, and I was sawing inside my pantry. So I already patched the inside of my pantry, and it is perfect. I mean, you can't even see it, and it's inside the pantry in the dark. So again, it doesn't really matter. But here we go. I'm gonna sand this real quick and throw some paint on it and call it done. Oops, I just hit the camera. Let me put a towel down. Maybe it'll help catch some of this dust. Y'all still looking at that? I know this is... It's not the best view. There's going to be dust everywhere in here. This is not a good thing to film. Hopefully it doesn't mess my camera up. think that's about it, man. This drywall mud sands fast. A little bit more. Okay, I'm done. All right, whatever, I'm done. It's a little built up down here. It's got a little bit of a bulge where I went over that seam, but I don't really care. It'll be great. Here we go, I'm painting this thing. Woo! Woo! Whoa. All right, this masking tape roll is old and it is just junk. Let's see if I can even get a strip long enough. Okay. I'm just gonna come in right about here and paint this thing. I may not even need this masking tape, but I'm doing it. It's not even straight, whatever. Okay, there's a masking tape line. I don't know, whatever. That's not even straight. I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's get some paint on this puppy and call it a day. It's gonna look wonderful. Let's see what I can do here. Oh yeah, you can see the fiberglass tape mesh through the paint. Beautiful. I really don't care. This repair will be totally fine with me. Nobody will ever complain about this. It's gonna be behind the refrigerator. I've said it a million times. It's close enough. Okay, that's pretty much it right there, man. It's done. Paint this little area to blend it in across the top here. See how I extended that spackle down? I just dabbed my knife on it, so that'll fill that area in. You won't be able to tell that that's empty. And then the same thing right here. Welcome to budget carpentry. You can laugh, laugh, laugh. I don't care. I am happy to get this somewhat repaired here. So I already know, if you're an expert and you want to chime in and tell me something, some tip or whatever. I mean, I'll take the tips, but if you want to chime in and tell me I need to be wearing safety glasses to paint, or this looks like crap or whatever, save your time, because I disagree. I think it looks great. It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you, when this paint dries, you won't even be able to tell the difference. You won't be able to see it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and paint the wall here, since I taped it off. Straight to the corner, baby. Okay, that's pretty well blended together. Okay, I'm done. Seriously. So when you put this box on here, it's gonna be money. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here. Sure, you could hire a professional, do 2 coats of paint, 2 coats of spackle. There's all kinds of stuff you could do, but for me, this is gonna be perfect. I'll put my fridge back in front of here. I'm ready to put that plate back on and show y'all how wonderful it looks. Look from here, you can't even hardly see it probably. When that gets framed in, you'll never see that. It's behind the refrigerator. Okay, I'm really excited. I'm glad I got that done. I'm gonna give this paint 20 minutes to dry, and I'm gonna put that plate back on and just go with it. Here we go. I'm so anxious to get this done and put my refrigerator back. So here's a final shot. And again, the paint is still wet, so you might see a little bit in here. And it's not perfectly straight. It never has been. It was worse than that before I started. When they built the home, this thing was just sitting in here like crooked, like a piece of crap. But pretty good. It did leave one little hole in the spackle there, and that little thing that I made on the top, and a little dent there. But other than that, I mean, when that paint dries, I mean, step back and look at that. It's pretty darn solid. All right, pull the cat out. Here we go, baby. I found your spring. Here. So that's it, guys. This is the view of that wall when the refrigerator's in place. It does not even matter. It's back in there. Looks great.